Okay, start off, like, my name's Jan, I'm 20, and I've been doing rock climbing for like 5 years. So I started when I was 15. I used to do like swimming and gymnastics, but I got really bored of those. So then, like, on holiday once, there was a climbing wall there, and I thought, I'll give this a go. And I got on really well with it, like, and enjoyed it loads. So then, like, going back home, I was like, I may as well start climbing in Derby. So I started going to this climbing wall every week in Normanton. It's called Alta Rock. So I go there every week for like 2-3 years. I didn't like get into it fully, but then, like, in the last 2 years, I've really gotten into it. And since being at uni as well, like, I've been going 4 times a week or something. So yeah, it's like a really big part of my life at the moment. Yeah, I mean, the best place I've been, most interesting place, is undoubtedly Nepal. So we went to the Himalayas. It was like a month trip, and we like hiked up we flew in from the capital into the mountains, and then we hiked up from there for about 2,000 meters, like, vertical, to get to like the base camp of this mountain. And then the mountain was 6,200 meters high, and it took us like 10 days or something to climb it. When I'm up there and climbing, I don't feel too nervous and scared if I'm doing something like dangerous. It sounds like counterintuitive, but if you're climbing on something really dangerous, you don't want to feel nervous or scared, because that could put you off. But if I'm climbing on something easier and there's like very little chance of something going wrong, then I'll feel more nervous. Like, it doesn't sound right, but like, that's how it is. But also, when you're about to get on a climb, like maybe a hard one that could be dangerous, then I feel pretty nervous, like, leading up to it, like tying the knot in your rope onto your harness, like putting your shoes on, like walking up to it. Yeah, I feel nervous, but then once I'm like actually on the rock, yeah, then like kind of trains away. So there's quite a lot, but I'll go through them fairly quick. So there's bouldering, which is basically you wouldn't climb anything like above 5 meters, and you don't use a rope or anything. You just have like these crash pads, and you land on those, and it's relatively safe. And then you've got sport climbing, which again is like pretty damn safe. So there's like metal bolts fixed into the rock, and you clip like a quick draw into those, and you clip your rope into that. And if you fall, like, you're caught on that, and it's very rare that something goes wrong when you're climbing on like sport climbs. And then the next one, which like can be dangerous, but is also like pretty safe depending on like how hard and dangerous the climbs you do, is called trad climbing. So you basically place bits of metal in like cracks in the rock. So you might have like a crack like this, and you place like a chunk of metal like in the rock, and that would catch you if you fall. Again, like, it can be pretty safe because some of the climbs will have loads of places to place the gear to protect you if you fall, but some will have like only like 2 pieces where you can place them, and they might not be very like secure. So if you fall, they could rip out. and they're like pretty dangerous. And it's like kind of a sliding scale of like how dangerous one is and how not dangerous it is. Yeah, the training's like you can do a lot. So when you first start climbing, it's best just to climb loads, because if you start doing like the serious training, you can like get injured pretty quickly because you don't want to load your tendons too much. Like people can have like serious injuries where like snap tendons and things because they've like trained too hard. So like maybe if you like climb for like 2 years and then you start doing stuff like fingerboarding, which is where you have like it's like a piece of wood and there's like really small holes on it, and you just hang off those for say like 10 seconds, and you come off for a bit, and then you hang again, and you come off and you hang again, and that builds up your like forearm strength, so you can have like greater strength when climbing. And then there's like endurance training, there's power training, power endurance. There's like so much to do, but there's no real sports science involved in it yet. So people just kind of do what they want, and it seems to work for some people. Some people get injured, like yeah.